I guess now because having obviously done your last film was Ghostbusters Afterlife, which was a success, and it's and people really took it to their hearts, and then it obviously spawned Frozen Empire, and you and Gil have really those two films back to back. It really it came together and you pulled it off. I mean, and now your next film is SNL 1975. Did it feel a bit like, okay, we've done Afterlife? That's almost. I know that that was a personal story for you that you want to tell of you and your dad, but did it also feel a little bit like, okay, that's one for them, and now I get to make SNL 1975, which I know you co-wrote with Gil. I mean, was that sort of like a passion project that you guys were really keen on telling as well?
Absolutely. I've wanted to tell this story for a long time. It's something that's been like kicking away in my brain. And I felt like after Ghostbusters, I had earned it. And I wanted to tell the story, but only if we could do it at the highest level, which included rebuilding the entire eighth and ninth floor of Rockefeller Center in 1975, having, 80 speaking roles, oftentimes 40 on the same day, all mic'd simultaneously. It was a very complicated endeavor and not easy to pull off and required the support of a real studio. And after Ghostbusters, Sony really stepped up and they got the vision and they went for it. And we went down to Atlanta and built something that was extraordinary. It was an amazing shoot.
It sounds like it was, so an ambitious shoot then. I mean, was that something that you felt like after Ghostbusters? And obviously, you've got all the spectacle of Ghostbusters and mounting that production. Like now, you're recreating a period, which I know you've done before with things like Labor Day and Thank You for Smoking is set, is set before,
Yeah.
when it came out. I mean,
Honestly, I made this movie called The Front Runner that was
mm,
about the 1988 presidential election. And that was probably the best education in how to do one of these movies about how to make something feel hyper real, to portray a large group of people where you're not going to get proper intros to every single person, but you just are kind of tossed into an environment and have to understand everything that's happening around you in real time. And a movie where you're not going to understand everything actually that's going to be happening. Some things are going to fly by you, but that's what it feels like to be in, the belly of the beast. And you've been on a film set, you know what it's like. There's 100 people moving in different directions. You could possibly say what they're all doing, but they all have a common goal. And I've been at SNL. I got to do a guest writing job there for a week back in 2010, and it was one of the greatest weeks of my life. And I think ever since then, I wanted to make a film that captured the energy of 90 minutes to showtime.